Hey everyone, today we're diving into something pretty special. An educational model that's quietly changing the game for tens of thousands of people around the globe. It's called BYU-Pathway Worldwide. And it's all about opening doors to education that many people thought were locked for good. So let's just start with a really honest question. Have you ever looked at the whole idea of college and just felt, yeah, that's not for me? Like getting a degree was just completely out of reach. If you've ever felt that way, trust me, you are not alone. So let's just take a look at some of the biggest, toughest walls or challenges that stand between millions of people and a college degree. Does any of this sound familiar? Maybe you don't have a high school diploma or the right test scores, or maybe, life is just full. You've got a demanding job, a family to take care of, and then there's the crazy high cost of tuition. And so often, the biggest barrier of all is that little voice in your head, that simple lack of confidence. These aren't just small hurdles. For most people, these are total roadblocks. But what if there was a totally new path? One that was literally designed to go around all of those roadblocks. Well, that is exactly what we're going to explore right now. So what is BYU Pathway Worldwide? You can think of it as the support system for a global online university. It provides the super flexible structure, and then its partners. We're talking fully accredited schools like BYU Idaho and Ensign College. They are the ones who actually award the degrees. So you really get the best of both worlds. A program that actually fits into your life and a degree that employers totally respect. And this is where it gets really different. The official mission of the program isn't just about getting good grades. It's about helping people become leaders in their families, in their church, and in their neighborhoods. The spiritual foundation is what shapes the entire experience. So, who is this for really? Well, the answer is pretty much everyone. You don't need a high school diploma. You don't need certain test scores. It was built from the ground up for working adults, busy parents, and return missionaries. There's even support for people who are learning English. And this is really important. While it is an institution of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, you absolutely do not have to be a member to enroll. All are welcome. Okay, this brings us to what I think is the most revolutionary idea in the whole program. It's called a certificate-first strategy. And it basically flips the old university model completely upside down. Right. So forget spending 2 years on general classes before you learn anything useful for a job. Here, you start day one working towards a job-ready certificate, and you can often earn it in just 1 year. This means you are gaining skills that can get you a better job while you're still in school. Think about building confidence and momentum right from the get-go. And here's the genius part. It all stacks together. It's like building with Legos. That first certificate you earn, it's the foundation for your associate degree. And that associate degree, it becomes the first half of your bachelor's degree. Every single class, every credit builds on the last. There are absolutely no wasted steps or credits. It's so efficient. And we're talking about really practical, in-demand skills here. You could go into business and learn project management or social media marketing, or jump into tech with web development. There are paths in healthcare, family services, communication. All of them are designed to lead directly to a better job. Okay, so this model is smart. It makes sense. But I know what you're thinking. What about those two huge hurdles that we've mentioned earlier? The cost and the fear of doing it all alone. Well, this program tackles those head on. I mean, just look at the comparison. It becomes so clear. Traditional universities often demand high test scores and have these rigid schedules that just don't work for most adults. BYU-Pathway? No. No test scores needed, and it's fully flexible. But the most dramatic difference, of course, is the cost. This whole thing is built to be radically affordable, to help people get an education without going into debt. So what does low cost actually look like? Well, this is amazing. The tuition is adjusted based on the economy of the country you live in. So in the United States, it's about $86 a credit. But look at the Philippines. It's just over $14 a credit. This makes sure that the cost is actually manageable, no matter where you are in the world. And believe it or not, the price can get even lower. There is something called the Heber J. Grant Tuition Discount. It's a guaranteed needs-based grant that can chop that already low tuition by another 10, 25, or even 50%. So the goal is simple. Just completely remove money as a reason someone can get an education. But what about support? We all know online learning can feel lonely. So BYU Pathway has a built-in solution for that. Weekly gatherings. Every single week, students gather together either online or in person to work on stuff and learn together. It creates this incredible support network, a real community that keeps everyone engaged and on the path to success. You're never really alone. So the path is clear. It's affordable and it's supportive. And if you're feeling a little spark of hope right now, you might be wondering, how do I actually get started? Let's walk through how surprisingly simple it is. It's really just 4 simple steps. First, you apply online. Super easy. Most people start with a program called Pathway Connect. That's the one-year foundation that also gets you the lowest tuition rates. Then, you just register for your first set of classes and pick a weekly gathering group that works for you. And that's it. You're in. You're ready to go. And here's maybe the best part. You don't have to wait for some traditional fall semester to roll around. You haven't missed your chance. Applications are accepted all year long, and there are multiple start dates. The program is basically ready whenever you are. The door is always open. We'll end with this thought. You don't need to see the end of the path to take the first step. So often, we get paralyzed because we can't see the whole journey. We wait and wait for everything to be perfectly clear. This whole model suggests a different way. Just take the first step. Trust that the path will open up in front of you. The only question left is, what could that first step unlock for you?